sir.
All right. Well, welcome to the show, everybody. My name is Conrad. This is Shannon.
Hello.
And this is part of our Conradio Presents series where we're going around Oklahoma trying to trick these businesses into coming onto our show so we can maybe get discounts in the future.
True.
And today's no different. We have Kristina and Jeremy from Remax Lifestyle. They've joined us today, and we got through all the Zoom connection issues, and we're here to talk to them about their business.
Internet still confuses me, so you have to stick with me. Hi guys, how are you?
Hello.
All right.
Good. How are you guys?
We're doing fantastic.
Yeah. I turned the air conditioner on early enough this morning that we're fighting the heat, but it's doing pretty good.
It's 20 degrees in here, so I think we're going to be okay. I think we're going to be fine. Right out the heat.
Letterman liked it cool too.
For sure, he did.
What I hear.
I think it's for the ladies he had on.
Not that I've ever been interviewed.
Oh yeah, guys, tell us about yourselves a little bit.
Okay. Well, we opened this office. We've collectively been in the business about 12 years. We opened this office last May. We got in here. So we stayed, went through COVID, sitting at home. And then I guess we just decided, let's open a Remax. So that's what we did.
You guys have been, you're both real estate agents then?
Yes.
And are you focused on residential, commercial, or both?
We do all things real estate. So we do residential, commercial, we do property management, we do the fun stuff and the not fun stuff. So whatever it is, we do it.
I wish I would have met these people 2 years ago.
I know.
Yeah.
We've both had bad experiences. We're both we're Kansas, Oklahoma boys, and we mainly Kansas because that's where we were. And then I moved down, and then I said, "Hey, knucklehead, move down." And both of our realtor experiences, mine was fun. I mean, it was
great.
fun. There was good stuff and bad stuff. As there always is. I can't say too much bad. Yours was horrible.
Right. Yeah. Mine was bad. I won't really call out the guy that.
No, we won't.
I won't. But I could have used just somebody that could walk us through the process,
or that could make a phone call. That would help. That know how to use a phone.
So what do you guys
experience, man?
Yeah.
What do you guys do that maybe makes people want to go with you rather than just picking up the phone and calling somebody from the yellow pages, I guess, and going with the first name they see?
Well, I think the biggest thing is what you just said, communication. So I over communicate. Some people, there's a lot of realtors out there that will only text you. But I think some things we actually still have to pick up the phone and call and say, hey, this is what's going on. So we can all get a clear picture of it because things get, jumbled up in a text and it's.
Yeah, you lose context in a text message.
You lose contact. Yeah. And I like to actually hear the people's emotion. Like, are they upset? Are they excited? So I like to give good news, but not always do we give good news. Sometimes, of course, during transactions, we have to give bad news too.
Sure.
So communication for one.
Well, how involved? See, I can only speak on this with my experience through the real estate agent that I had. And the most frustrating thing about that was I had a certain price range like most people do. And I had an area that I was looking for homes, but that was other than that, pick anything, and what happened was I've never once got a text or a call about any property, and I would be searching Zillow and all those sites that you find it, and I'd have to reach out to him and say, hey, this is exactly what I was talking about.
What about this one?
And he's like, oh, I can call him. It's like, yeah, man. But at what point are you doing anything on this? I feel like I had to.
And maybe not having 6 a day, like, hey, here's 6 in your price range in this town that you want, or whatever. But not even one was kind of frustrating because I was like, well, how's the house looking? He's like, it's not going very good because we're having to look. I mean, we have to, on top of the jobs and family and everything else,
and being in a different state.
A whole different state, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
So it was frustrating, and then he didn't walk us once we, found the place that we ended up buying. It was never there was never any information that he gave us on the next step. It was just we almost had to call him and say, shouldn't we be doing something? He's like, oh no, and no communication.
Right.
So it was awful. And I didn't even look at the house. I mean, I looked at the pictures, but at the point we were in such a hot market, I don't know if it still is. Maybe you guys can say, but the market was so hot that people were buying them up the moment that they hit, the listing. So
it was so bad that he seriously bought the house sight unseen.
Yeah,
he didn't even visit the house. I mean, that's how it was crazy.
I just had to get something to get my family down here, because at that time I was just couch.
Pretty easy customer. You know what I mean? It's like here's 6 of them. Which one do you want? This one. That sounds great. You know, and then that's it.
Yeah, it was awful. But it sounds like, I hope, unless you guys are.
Let me ask you guys this. What's the best thing about running a business that you guys have, and the worst thing? And I don't even want to go into the COVID thing, because I'm sure that's another question. That's a whole question. About that. But what can you tell me about the best thing that you guys have? You guys said you've been doing this for 12 years. Is that right?
Yeah.
12. Mm-hmm. So you've obviously got some good
12.
things and some horrible things, I'm sure.
Well, just recently we helped relocate a family from Colorado, a veteran and stuff, and he kind of had the same issues you were having. The communication between him and the realtor was really negative. So the wife reached out to us. We both tag teamed, I guess, that family. We did videos, stuff like that. And at the end, we found them a house in the community they wanted for the price range they wanted, and even the kids loved it.
That's awesome.
That was just recent, and having them bring not only us some gifts, but our kids some gifts.
Yeah,
that was pretty touching.
And that's got to feel good. I mean, for somebody that's in a pinch, and that's one of those life things that it's a huge thing. I mean, house and cars. I mean, that's your biggest things.
It's very serious.
To
You're buying a house, it's very serious.
For sure.
Yeah,
that's a lot of commitment, and that's probably the most money, other than maybe I don't know, school or some other investments you might have in life.
Oh, you're right.
You're right. That's a huge one. So that's maybe the good feelings. Tell me about the bad. That's a good of helping people and feeling good, which is great. You got to give me some bads. Offset it.
I'll take this one from her.
Okay.
We do property management. So in the long run, the owner owns the house. And yes, they get money from the rent of the tenants living in there. However, when they call us back from their house having an issue and telling us that it's our issue, that we need to take care of it, we have to remind them that you own the house.
Right.
You're getting premium rent for your house. So you need to take care of this stuff, especially right now in Oklahoma with this 110-degree weather.
Yeah.
If the AC goes out, they have to call someone. They can't wait, 24, 48 hours to do it. Luckily, we as a property management company have AC units that we can take to them for overnight purposes and stuff. But that's one of the biggest issues is an owner calling us and saying this is our problem when it's their house that they own.
Right. Right.
Well,
those can
probably be pretty challenging. I didn't know you guys, obviously. We had to rent our home, so we have a property manager for our home that's in Kansas, and we've been pretty lucky that communication is good. So if
that's awesome.
The person that's renting it has an issue with whatever it is, they reach out to the property manager, they get with us right away, and they also tell us the severity of it. Like, hey, don't worry about calling somebody right now. I'm going to have a guy go look at it and see if they're even, if it's a legitimate complaint. And I'm sure you guys do the same thing.
Yes.
Yes.
And
absolutely.
this instance was after we had already done, the
check.
pre-inspection, I guess, before, we send out the actual technicians and stuff like that. So it was at the point like, hey man, you need to pay for it or not.
Right.
Well, I hope it's cooler in Kansas. I just think about that all the time.
For sure. Well, we did another interview with another lady that owns a business here in Oklahoma City, and she was out in Colorado, and God bless her, bragging about the 68-degree weather she's having out there. So we ended the interview and said, don't ever call us. No, we didn't.
Yeah.
I was
Woo!
going to ask you guys about COVID and my experience. I moved in to my property a couple years back, but it was right at the start where everything was closing. I mean, as far as no one could close on a house. Our experiences, our closing got set back 4 or 5 times, and sometimes that's normal. Because you got two parties trying to figure things out, and we didn't know if we can get it closed. I mean, it was to the point where we had to rent the property for 2 months because the gentleman was in the hospital, and there was, of course, everything was going on. We didn't know what was going on with COVID at that time. It was right beginning. We ended up closing the last date. It was on a Friday, and it's like there was 20 people in the office closing on different properties in Oklahoma City, and because they were closing that office down. I mean, so there was nobody that could close on a house or make the deal or do anything because of COVID. So we got extremely lucky that we got into our property. But I'm sure the whole pandemic must have really just thrown you guys for a loop. How did you guys get through that? Obviously it was tough, but how did you guys make it through that?
I think, the main thing is we just have to adapt. Mm-hmm. So the big problem was going into people's houses, of course, with other people, things like that. You can only have so many people, different things. So video really played a huge role in keeping things together. To where, and also keeping communication and, just like we're talking and seeing each other, I think it like revamped Zoom. People found it was okay. Like we can still meet, you be at your house, I'm at my house, and we're going to talk about it, so that way you still get that personal connection. If they needed to see the house, but, we're on quarantine or whatever their situation was, we would go video the houses for them and send them to them, especially if they were high risk or whatever their situation was, so we could just try to keep the process going,
Absolutely. Well, I try to find the little silver linings too, because having people go through business and their everyday dealings and getting more used to video calls or audio or, not just phone calls, but video through the pandemic, it saves a lot of time and a lot of money too. I mean, especially if you guys have to drive out to locations, and I'm sure you still have to, but maybe meeting some, like this with a client saves you the gas of going out there. And then,
until you find out how serious they are, it doesn't have to be every time
for sure.
Yeah, it definitely helps. It helps us just by
absolutely
being able to reach out to people, and we don't have to be in the same,
right.
I mean, we're in the same state now, but we could be doing this. We've done them with people all over the country. So
we used to do shows where I was in Mexico for a while, and it just seems like we were sitting right next to each other,
So it is.
Yeah.
I don't know. How many people do you guys have working in your office? Is it just you two, or do you have other realtors?
6 of us. There's 6 of us, right?
Awesome.
Yeah. Is there anybody that you just hate working with?
The core group. Anybody what?
That you just hate working with? The worst worker
that we hate working with?
Yeah.
It's like, oh my gosh, I can't stand it.
I'll take that one.
We always have to ask, it's only 2 of us.
I gotta do all the dirty work.
Okay. We have to ask, because we throw in employee parties, we don't have any employees.
Yeah, it's just us two.
It's just us two. So when people ask us what's the worst employee, we usually either raise our hand or just point to the other person. So
right. Well, what do you guys do? This is going to be off topic a little, but if there's 6 people in the office, whose responsibility is it when you guys are going to do like a lunch day, and who's the best at throwing it?
Right.
Because I always try to get him to do something fun for me. Like, you're coming over, we're doing a show. Did you bring me anything, like a pizza?
I don't.
And
I don't bring it. I don't bring anything.
And every interview we do, I just bring this up, and
I usually say he could have the rest of my coffee. That's fine, but he's not impressed with that.
Honestly, I try to pull out the stops. Like I try to call my vendors, like, hey, we're having a lunch. You want to come bring us some lunch and bring us some information?
Yeah.
And they're like, somebody bites. And so we get out cheap, and then they bring it to us.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Either we need to try that or just go work for them.
Oh, we could do that too. Yeah.
Yeah. We can add 2 more employees. Come on.
Oh, well, we also, in addition to this, we run a taco truck here in the state, so we've done quite a few offices and stuff like that. So it's kind of
that's cool.
Yeah, it is, and we've had some great experiences doing it. Where especially there's one in Chandler that we go do the it's a car dealership, and so all the everybody likes it, and that staff, it's all comped by the owners there,
Right.
and so we're happy because we have a pretty good day, and we only have to serve 30 people or whatever it is, and so we know going in what to expect. And then we've also had some where it's like, oh no, all the employees are going to pay for their own, and we sat there all day and they brought their lunch. Nobody told them that we were
Nobody
coming.
said they were coming, so we served 2 people because there's a taco truck in their parking lot and everybody's got their lunch. It's like, oh, we didn't know you were coming. It's like
yeah, well, we're here.
Well, we're here. Well, guys, what else? What else can you tell me about you guys' experience? I mean, obviously, you guys seem like you really, really big on communication, which I think that's huge, and it's a very huge investment for majority of people that's out buying a commercial building or a house. Have you
ever had a haunted house?
Oh yeah, that's a good question.
Well, I say that, like, I've showed enough houses, like, over the time, like, I don't know, I can feel if it's weird or not.
All right.
So if it's weird, I'm out. I'm not hanging out in there. Y'all can look around. I'll say probably only like a handful of houses in 12 years that have been just creepy. Like, you walk in and you're like, this is weird.
A weird energy. If you believe in the ghost, then yeah, you could pick up on that energy.
Yeah.
He's a big ghost show watcher.
Yeah.
But I hate that stuff because I believe it. So if I was to walk into a home, and that's my biggest fear when I bought this one, I didn't come check out the paranormal side of it.
Yeah.
He
didn't even send me over. I mean, he didn't even tell me the address. He said, I bought a house. I'm like, where is it? It's like, I don't know. It's somewhere in this town.
You would bring it though. That's what
I know. I would find something and scare him with.
Follow you around, dude.
For sure.
But getting onto that food truck stuff, we throw a Christmas event with Santa Claus and our clients and their families, friends and family, where they'll come in and get pictures with Santa. And we actually have had some issues with food trucks trying to get them to come in, pay up front, and do tickets and stuff like that. So with you guys having a food truck, we know all about, trying to bring a company in, stuff, not knowing how many people are going to pay or whatever.
Right.
Then what you were,
all the funds stay local to the local children's hospital. So we try to give back. That's a thing for us is CMN. So that's one thing, the event that he's talking about. We usually have some of the Miracle kids come, see Santa, things like. So the event is basically free. We take donations for Children's Miracle Network, and when we try to get food trucks and things like that to come. So we'll definitely reach out to you guys if we're in, y'all's area to come. We're South Oklahoma City.
Right.
Well, we've been everywhere, and I mean, we've been in about 90 towns. That was kind of our goal, we've been through Oklahoma City. We served at, there was a brewery downtown that we served at.
Black
well, that
Mesa.
was Norman. We did Norman Black Mesa Brewing. And then we did Oklahoma City one right downtown where they played like video games. There's like a video game bar.
Oh yeah.
They brewed their own beer.
Brewed their own beer. It's a brewery downtown.
Played like Smash Brothers or something.
Yeah, Smash Brother tournaments.
That was interesting, but there's a whole, just like anything else, there's always a story that they don't even know is going on when we get there. The alternator, the truck went out, and so we're stuck.
Yep.
So it's like we made it, but now we can't leave.
Right.
And so we had all kinds of challenges, and then at the end they'll come out and be like, "How was the day?" It's like, I mean, we lost $400.
Yeah, we're negative 400. Yeah. No, we've served a lot of. I mean, we try to go out anywhere. We've done some miracle.
We did it for Walmart.
A couple times.
Donated
had that.
We do a lot with Walmart too. They have the golf tournaments, and so we always volunteer for their golf tournaments.
That's awesome.
Help them out. So yeah, we would love to have you guys.
Okay, yeah, reach out. I mean, to stay in touch with us, and we can definitely look at our calendar and see what we got going on. We try to do we're focusing more on private events and stuff like that, and not festivals. We really don't like the big festivals because we're really big into, we want to meet the customers. So when we go to small towns, these people, nobody's ever come to their town before, and it's not during one of their events or because they'll all have a day, the sorghum day, or they all have a day.
They all have a festival,
a fair, or whatever.
Festival, pumpkin
and they
fest,
say you should come to that. It's like, if we had come to that, you would have not talked to us. You would have just maybe
we would have said thank you and next person in line. We actually want to come out and just see what the town's about.
So it's fun because you'll just have some guy that sits there for an hour, sitting there telling you his whole life story, and which is great. That's why we did it. But then also turn around and be like, "Are you guys going to be back?" It's like, no.
I mean, we try
3 hours away.
Yeah, we try to do every town. We're trying to do every town.
But it's I don't know. It was not a great business plan, but it did get us in touch with a lot of people. We know a lot of people now in Oklahoma, so
that's always fun. Guys, give us now. Do you walk-ins? What's the best way to get a hold of you, other than just giving you guys a call or coming by, reaching out, email, text? How?
You can walk in. We're all over social media, so you can reach out to us that way. You can message us. Like I said, any way you want. Message us, walk in, social media.
Our office is located in South Oklahoma City, 2209 Southwest 104th, Suite B. We have a cool phone number, 405-322-5MAX. And then everything goes off Lifestyle OKC, www.Lifestyle OKC, Lifestyle OKC on Facebook, Lifestyle OKC on Instagram, just everything that way.
Gotcha.
Do you guys have somebody in your department that runs your social media? It's something that we've been discussing, off air so I didn't know if
you guys do your own, or she does. Okay, the big. Awesome.
What kind of creative things do you do with your social media?
I do everything from Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, and I'm big on videos. So I think the funny videos get the most traction, where you're like mimicking somebody else's voice and stuff like that. And then you just flip it to your business, how it relates to you.
Right.
So the main things I do, and then I share them on Facebook, and they really get a lot of traction. Like, I can tell a lot of people who maybe were in real estate, but even like friends from 20 years ago, they'll send me a message, "Hey, we need to sell our house," and they'll talk to me. And I really think it's not just because they know me, it's because I'm top of mind by being constantly in their face on Facebook, on Instagram,
a constant reminder. Like, hey, here we are. This is what we do. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I think it's important too. And, clearly with running this podcast and the stuff that we do in the food truck, that we have to have a presence.
And people feel like they know. So even if they only watch 10 seconds.
Yeah. I try to get him to twerk more.
Yeah.
That doesn't always happen.
That takes practice.
It does take practice.
I'm getting there.
You just got to wing it.
Yeah, we do. I don't know. We're coming up with that. That's what, when this interview's done,
it's like, like this video. Yeah, the dumbest video you do will be the one that gets thousands and thousands of views. Like, I recorded him spray painting our yard, like OU into our yard, and people were just going nuts. It got like 20,000 something views. I don't know, 1,000 something likes, and I'm like, what? And it's just
you also got to be careful. You got to be careful about that too, because if that's your thing, he's going to be out there spray painting everybody's yard. You know what I mean? Buy a house, and I'll spray paint your yard with OU, and
not any other team.
No, not any other team.
Not if you're a real OU guy.
That's right.
There you go.
Well,
for sure.
A free seat.
So that's something, I mean, if someone buys a house in Oklahoma and has him say, "Hey, put hook 'em horns out there," he's like, "No, that's not part of the deal. We'll sell you the house." But it has, nope.
Did you guys sell Brent Venables' house?
No, but we did help relocate some of Venables' staff here to Oklahoma City.
That's awesome.
Because they were having a bad realtor experience and didn't get any help.
The realtors at the university sent them didn't want to take care of them to help them find a rental. So they found us on social media and the Lifestyle OKC, and we were able to relocate them and their daughter to a home here, and we'll be able to watch them on the sidelines of the OU game.
It's for the greater good of the Sooners.
For sure.
I think it's all a good thing as far as
I think you guys should deserve some sort of tickets for doing that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what we're expecting too.
Yeah. Well, we'll try to put in a good word,
I hope you burnt Lincoln Riley's house down, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
If it
Don't
makes
sell
you feel
that.
any better, well, his house, when it was for sale, he was offering a discounted commission.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
It means typical, you would get paid 3%, but he was offering way less than that on a almost $2 million house.
Right.
That sounds like
because he couldn't afford it. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. Well, he spent quite a bit to move out there. I know
that's
that.
all right. We spread the word that the house was haunted. So and I mean that's all we could do. We don't want to burn anything down, but we also had a burrito that we sold.
It was a dump.
Yeah, it was a dump. Probably. I mean, he left.
Yeah, it was a real dump.
We had a burrito on the truck that we had the Lincoln Riley burrito. That's just a tortilla with no guts, and it was $1 million. We didn't sell any.
There you go. That's awesome.
We didn't sell any, but it was on the menu for a while.
People did like that on social media. I don't know. I had such a bad experience with my realtor. I actually created a comedy music album with him as the singer and did it on one of the shows. And he's a great singer, I'll say that.
That's true. And it's a handsome man and a great singer, but he's just not that good at being a realtor. I guess that's what he's done for a living. It's kind of I don't know how.
Well, I'll be in touch though.
Private message us that little video or whatever you did.
We will.
Yep, I can cut it up and I'll send it over to you guys. It was a lot of times when we do shows, when it's the other show we do on Fridays, there's 6 other guys in the room and nobody knows the list that I brought in to talk about. And so that day I spent the whole day just finding royalty-free music and then writing like little snippets like the old when they used to sell those CDs where they'd have like all the songs that come down and they'd play you like a little 10-second part.
Yeah.
So
and you can't forget this great hit, and then you just play the music and sing some lyrics as this guy. Yeah. Which then we had to put a picture up.
I think the hit was Corn Dogs, Football, and Jesus Christ.
That's it. That was his big hit. Yeah.
And it went Sonic every day.
It went over well. Yeah, it went over really well.
Yeah. So you gotta be careful if you're a realtor around me because I'm taking notes.
Guys, we really both of us had really wished that we would have found you coming down to where we are. Do you guys obviously do the whole state, or do you just concentrate on one area? Or
we mainly concentrate around the greater Oklahoma City area. But being with Remax, I mean, we have partners all over the state, all over the country, all over the world, really. Like I was saying, the people from Colorado, they came from as a referral from another Remax. We've had some from California, Florida. I mean, it's awesome being able to use another person within our network to, communicate with, to relocate their clients too, because then at first it's their client and then they reach out to us, making it our client. So,
right.
Well, we'll definitely be in touch, not only with the food truck stuff, but, there's always like little ideas that are bouncing around in our heads. And so, and some of those have to do with, lake houses and stuff that we're looking to get into. So we'll be in touch for sure. It'd be nice to have somebody we can call instead of just talking to each other that know nothing.
Know nothing. Yeah, exactly.
Feel free to, man.
We'll send as many people we can your way. I mean, I know there's a lot of other people in different states that are wanting to escape whatever's going on in their state and come to Oklahoma. So
we've met a bunch. I mean, the amount of the flood that's coming in from California is disturbing. I talked to it's like, oh, I'm originally from California. We hear that all the time at the taco truck, and then we just mark one more down. I mean, it's a lot, and it's not just moving to Oklahoma City. I mean, we've got people spread out all over.
Yeah, they're just trying to get to Oklahoma, so we'll send them your way. to
They
lifestyle.
brought these fires and the hot weather that they could take back to California, though.
No kidding. No
Yeah.
kidding. That's for sure.
Yeah, I would prefer that they leave the reason they left that state, they kind of got to leave that kind of lifestyle there. Don't bring that here and want to change what we're doing.
Yeah, we try to just pass out, here's an OU shirt.
Yeah.
You watch this game, you'll get it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Well, we'll send as many of those transplants your way, and anybody else that's interested in getting a new home, make sure you reach out to our friends here, Kristina and Jeremy at lifestyleokc.com. And is there anything else you guys want to say before we wrap it up?
Thank you guys for
we'll
reaching
share
out,
this.
man. Appreciate
No
it.
problem.
We will tag you guys in when we post this video later today, so it'll be up and ready. And we appreciate you guys coming on.
Thank you so much, guys. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
Have a good one. Make him buy
Have a
lunch.
great day.
Yeah, make him buy lunch.
Bye. Yeah.
I got you.
See ya.